All right. Number 3, make the time. So a lot of people come to me and say, I just don't have much time. I'm really time strapped. I've got, a young family. I've got work commitments. I've got a professional job where it's quite stressful, and I spend long hours in the office or wherever, or I'm a shift worker. And it's a big issue. So how do we resolve that? Fact number 1, you need to train. And I've coached and continue to coach a lot of high-flying executives, fantastic people to work with. One of the things that they're used to is outsourcing. They get their staff to do tasks for them. Fortunately, you can't tell one of your staff members, can you just go out and do a 3-hour ride for me? And it's a lot about what you won't be doing. Say you've got a goal like the Peaks Challenge Falls Creek or a race event, and you've worked out that you need to train 8 to 10 hours or 10 to 12 hours a week, depending on the program, or maybe it's only 6 hours a week, or maybe it's 15 hours a week. And you've worked out on the bigger weeks that's how much volume that you'll need to do. If you're currently doing other tasks or working or looking after family, if you want to achieve that goal, and that's the required amount of training that you need to do to achieve that goal, then it's about what you won't be doing. So you need to look at what you're currently doing and go, right, okay, so for me to achieve this goal, it means I'm not going to be able to do a whole lot of this stuff. All right. Once you've got your goal, then you put together your plan and you work out how much training you've got to do. Then you've got a clear idea of what your commitment is. And then you go to your stakeholders. Now, these are the people around you. They may be your boss, your work colleagues, your family, and you talk to them about, hey, this is what I want to achieve. This is my goal. I want to ride really well in this event coming up. And I've put together this training program, and it means that I've got to spend this time on the bike training for it. It's very important to me. It's going to impact on you in these areas. So once you start working with them, and you do this before you even start training. I know people that they get into their training and they haven't got their stakeholder buy-in sorted out. They haven't got agreement from the people around them, and then suddenly it all starts falling to bits. And then they're out training going, oh, I should be doing this, and they feel guilty, or they have fights with their boss or their partners because there's conflict arising because they haven't sorted out their stakeholder buy-in. If you're able to negotiate this before you start training, then you come from a high position of negotiation. If you know a little bit about negotiation, it's always important to come from a high position. So negotiating whether you should go for a ride or not on a Saturday morning in the garage where you're pumping up your tyres at 6 o'clock in the morning is not a great place to negotiate. If you start negotiating at that point, you generally always come off worse, and you end up having to commit to a whole lot of other stuff that you didn't necessarily need or wanted to. And also, that it doesn't matter if you're committed. If you're really committed to your training and you've got these other commitments around you that you haven't negotiated your way out of, then it doesn't matter how committed you are to your training, you've still got these things in the way affecting your trainings.